Get ready, set, go.
I'm currently in a fight with my cat, who once again is trying to get up here on my studio desk because he thinks everything revolves around him. And this can get really, really annoying at times, as you can imagine. Now see, look here, look, you see this? You can't, of course, because I don't have the cameras on. Psst, get away from there. Good Lord. Listen, I love animals. I really do. Animals are great. They're a wonderful part of God's creation. But sometimes they can just get on the last freaking nerve. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. Me and my wife do. The dogs you're hearing flop around right now too, because anywhere I go, of course, 3 of the 4 animals have to follow along with me. And especially if I'm doing something with an open mic, they think that it's then time for them to cause all sorts of chaos. See, the cat just jumped down, which then caused all kinds of vibrations coming up through my mic stand and into the microphone, and therefore causing that annoying little sound you just heard. See, it is heck on wheels trying to have animals and a studio at the same time, but we somehow make it work. It's just me tonight. Actually, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I've been having a little bit of trouble lately with I guess insomnia. It's really it'll get time for me to go to bed. I'll lay down and I realize there's no way that I'm going to be able to drift off to sleep anytime soon. So I thought, all right, there are always random things that waller around in my head. Why don't I go in here and fire up the podcast equipment, the old P8, and let's just talk about a few things. I have no idea if this will get released. I'll just say that right up front. So if you're listening to it, obviously it has. But at least it gives me a little something to kind of try to wind down a little bit before my head hits the pillow for the second time this evening. I don't know if everybody's having this issue or not. Do you feel like we're possibly overly saturated with forms of entertainment, with things always vying for our attention? I mean, if we want to really be honest, this podcast is one of those forms of entertainment. You know, and there's many other mediums like this. Click here, listen to this, sign up for this, subscribe to this, check out this new show on such and such a streaming platform. And there are times that I feel like I'm worn out by it all. You know, that I'm not, there's too many things. It feels like my brain is almost overly entertained. I don't really know what's going on. Like tonight, I turned on a movie I'd never seen before. It's a detective movie. And normally I love those. You give me a crime-based, gritty, kind of noir-style detective show, and I'll sit and watch the whole thing. But tonight I turned it on, and I just could not get into it. And this has happened to me several times over the past little span of time. I'll turn on something and my attention just is not there. It's not there at all. And next thing you know, I'm picking up my phone, scrolling through Facebook, just aimlessly scrolling. I have no idea what I'm looking for. You just scroll. You never really get a sense of fulfillment from that. You just keep scrolling. I recently discovered Reels on Instagram, which can be entertaining, but it's all useless. It's like the junk food of entertainment. Social media is the junk food of entertainment. It's not nourishing. It does nothing for you. It just uses up space in your day that you could have used for something else. And I don't understand really what's going on here. I guess I get that they're getting marketing dollars from all this. I understand that. And maybe they're just exploiting it to their highest potential. Keep us clicking, they keep making money. But I tell you what, it leaves a person feeling really unfulfilled. I'll even try going back and watching some of the old standards that I've always liked. Like you can probably hear in the background in my living room in there, the Office is playing. The Office is the comfort food of my viewing selections. I turn it on all the time. I've watched the whole show multiple times. I usually, at some point during every day, The Office will come on, either on my phone or in my living room. But it's like I can't get fulfillment anymore from things like that. And even music. A lot of it, I think, is the poor quality of modern and contemporary music. But if you think about it, even 5 or 10 years ago, if we wanted to hear an album, except for those of us that, for those that were maybe ahead of the curve and already had Apple Music or things like that, I didn't get into this stuff until later in the game. But if there was a song that I wanted to have, I had to go normally to Walmart or to FYE in the mall, and I had to buy that album. So then it's like that really meant something to me when I got it. I really appreciated that because up until that time, the only way I could hear this certain song that I was chasing down was over the radio. Or later on, I could look it up on YouTube and could watch it and listen to it if it was on there. But now I just go to Amazon Music. And every song that I ever would want to hear or have wanted to hear is there. It's there, and I can listen to it. I can download it to my phone. I can listen to it when I'm out camping where I have no cell phone service. It's like everything is right here. All the radio shows that I used to listen to, for me, listening to Sean Hannity when I was a kid, I don't listen to Sean hardly at all anymore, but when I was a kid, that was a big deal because you had to have the radio on at 3 o'clock Eastern. And you had to be somewhere where there was a radio if I wanted to hear what the news was and what Sean's take on it was. That's no longer the case. I can listen to Sean 24/7 if I wanted to on podcast. I can go back several years in the past and listen to what Sean had to say. With the tap of a finger, I can find these things. And it just seems like it's almost like the law of supply and demand. If there's more demand for something than there is supply, then the value goes up, right? It almost feels like now with our entertainment, there's so much supply that the value is dropping just because I can get it at any time. There's no longer a novelty value to TV shows and talk shows, radio shows, and even music because I can have any of it at any time through my phone or a smart TV or something like that. I don't know. It just makes for a weird feeling, It's really weird because you just feel like that nothing's really worth your time. It feels like that nothing is really that great anymore when it comes to entertainment. And everything is so commercialized now. And I feel like a hippie or some of the people that I used to laugh at were like, yeah, man, everything's commercialized and it's all about the man. And I used to just kind of point and laugh, be like, all right, whatever. But I kind of get it now. Things are over commercialized. It is all about the dollar, So it just feels like right now we're in a slump for good entertainment. Everything's political too. Try to turn on some form of entertainment, and it's all trying to shame me into something. It's trying to shape my thoughts, my beliefs on a certain subject. Almost everything. Normally when maybe you'd want to watch an award show or something just to see entertainment. I want to block out the news. I want to block out the politics because I'm tired of hearing it. There's really no place to do that anymore. I can't turn on football as an escape like I used to. It used to be one of the things I would turn on the NFL because I know here I'm not going to have to worry about if I agree with something that Barack Obama's doing or not, or if I agree with something that Donald Trump's doing or not. I could turn it on and not worry about that. And then that all went away. I would turn this on, and somebody that believes how I believe was all of a sudden shamed in front of the whole country. And it wasn't even a persuasive argument what they did. You know, there's not facts rolling out of these people's mouths, because then when I go look at the facts, or I go look at a better word is statistics. When I go search out the statistics on something, I realize they are wrong, or at least in my interpretation, they're wrong. But see, I'm willing to have that discussion, but to all of a sudden be preached at every time I turn on a form of entertainment, nah. It begins to sicken a person until the next thing you know, I got no desire to do this anymore. It's pretty weird. Anyhow, there's the rantings of Phil at almost 10:30 in the evening when he's trying to get to sleep so he can get up and go to work. Oh, well, we'll catch you next time. Hillbilly Broadcast. Be there or be square, dude.